If you've been trying to figure out how to make sales every week without doing big launches or going live all the time, trust me, you are not alone. My business lived off of running big launches. I'm talking webinars, live streams, workshops, challenges, the works. And don't even get me started on combining them all together and stack promo weeks, okay? And we hit some major revenue goals, but they knocked me the heck out. And I remember my mentor saying that after a big launch, you know you did your thing when you are utterly exhausted. She was not lying. And we did about anywhere from 5 to 7 a year. But afterwards, and how tired I was, I realized that my entire sales system depended on me showing up. And if this is you, then you know that your hustle mode and your revenue goals go together real bad. So I made a shift and I decided to build a hybrid sales system so that my offer sold every week, even when I am not actively promoting. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how I make sales every single week without launching all the time, burning myself out, or being glued to my screen. So you can finally build your hybrid sales system too, so you can have a business that works without you working around the clock. Let's get to it. So first, let's start off talking about launching itself, because I found that a lot of people aren't really launching. They're more so winging it or relying on instinct, or throwing spaghetti at the wall, as one of my mentors would say, just to see what sticks. So they're posting, right, a lot. They're sending last minute emails, and they're trying to build hype with no actual strategy in place. There is no timeline, no prep, no mapped out assets. It's just panic, pressure, and a whole lot of hoping and praying that it works, right? I know I have been there. I've done it. My clients who have come to me have done it. We all, I believe, as business owners have been there. And I get why it happens. You built this solid offer. You know it works, but your messaging is still evolving. The assets to your offer are like halfway done. And the strategy is more of a wish list than an actual plan. And so when money gets tight, you go and default to what you know how to do best, which is go loud. You show up more. You're on different platforms. You push harder. You hustle. Team no sleep. And for a little bit, it works until it doesn't, until you're still burnt out. You don't even want to do it anymore, right? Because real launching isn't just opening the cart and getting loud or showing up on TikTok or stories every day. It is very, very strategic. It's mapped out. It's measured. It has timelines, pre-launch content, post-launch stuff, back-end automations, working with your marketing so you're not doing everything manually. Been there, and that sucks. But that's not what a lot of people are doing out there. They're not launching strategically. They're trying to force revenue with no real like warm-up, runway buffer or build-up. It's just pressure to sell and a prayer that it works. And so that leads to what I call performance mode selling. I don't know where I heard that from, but I love it. But you need a system. And if you don't have one, you become the engine, which means that when you slow down, so does the money. And that is the real trap, because it's not that launching doesn't work. It really does. Real launching is powerful when done right. The problem is doing it over and over and over again without a system to support it. Because when you're always in promo mode and go mode, always trying to generate cash, especially if it's fast, then it's going to eat away at your creativity, eat away at your peace and your audience's trust, because you're training them to only buy when there's urgency and a push, and you burn yourself out trying to keep the energy high. You never get to build anything long-term because you're busy chasing short-term wins. And that's why I changed how I sell. It wasn't because, again, launching failed me. It was great. But because I just couldn't afford to keep running my business that way, that only made money when I was in performance mode. So here is how you can apply my hybrid sales system to your business. So the very first thing that you want to do is to clarify the offer that you want to scale. This should be an offer that solves a real validated problem, which if you survey your clients and your audience on a regular basis or do your research, you easily find that. So what problem does this offer solve? Then showcase what the outcome would be once that problem is solved with your offer. How will it help them to achieve whatever transformation that they need to experience? Most importantly, it needs to be delivered without you. Move out the way. This is a scalable offer. Number two, you work on building the sales asset, which is the foundation of your system. You're going to need a headline that hooks and reel them in, the promise that is well positioned, and then a breakdown of the process with buyer cues that's going to build trust. So testimonials, visuals, and an FAQ that addresses objections. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be fancy. I've always used simple sales pages and even Google Docs. You just want to make sure that your copy is super focused and very clear. Number 3, you want to lead with content that will convert. Your content should sell, connect, engage, nurture with intention. So start by choosing a visibility channel, which is a platform where you can teach, connect, and showcase your it factor, your expertise, like YouTube, but it can also be a blog, a podcast, TikTok lives, LinkedIn articles, okay, that type of thing. And then back it up with a nurturing channel. This is usually an email list, and it's where you can deepen the relationship, further showcase your expertise, but now you're giving invitations to buy. In your weekly rhythm, let's do an example. So you can do one value-packed video, podcast, or blog that positions your offer, and then set up a follow-up email sequence that shares a story, further insights, links to your product. Then have a few simple posts, repurpose content that points them back to that core visibility piece, okay? You really just need your content to be a part of the overall sales system versus being on its own. You want it to be present with a purpose and then be consistent with it. So it's consistently driving interest and consistently driving action. And then set up a light follow-up. That's number 5. If someone from your email list clicks on a video, downloads something, or clicks on your page, that's them signaling interest. So I don't want you to wait for them to come back to you. No, you're the business owner. This is your business. You follow up, okay? And it can be something simple and all done within your CRM, a 3 to 5 email sequence that answers questions, reinforce the offer if they click on it. You can set up a tag so you can do a check-in reminder inside your CRM if you haven't set that up yet. Set it up. You can do a personal email or something that sounds personal that reopens the conversation and guides them towards the next step. Or retargeting ad. Oh my gosh, I used to love those. The thing is, you don't need like a 90-day nurturing sequence. You just really need a way to keep the conversation going with the people that already leaned in, okay? Not everybody, but the people that have showed interest. And again, this can be automated, yet made to feel very personal. The main thing is to keep it simple. That was number 4. Number 5 is a weekly cadence. Consistency, sales, okay? That doesn't mean that you have to post every single day on a gazillion and one platforms. It simply means that you want to choose a rhythm that you can stick with and make sure that it supports the overall system, all right? So each week, publish content that teaches something valuable, that connects back to your offer, that positions you as the experts. Email them an offer that fits what your audience is already working on and you showing up, waving, or putting on your cape. Update a part of your sales system so that it keeps performing. You always want to check on it. Check on the follow-up sequences. Check on the call to actions. Do a video that's going to pull even more people in. It's not just the email list warm traffic, right? It's the cold traffic as well. Your content should always be pulling its weight. And your offer needs to be seen regularly without you launching. Remember, that's not the purpose. You want to stay visible, sell with intention, without burning yourself out. And if you've been launching on a consistent basis, you're already doing some of this. You're already doing the emails. You're already doing the content. You just don't have structure around it. So this hybrid sales system gives you a simple structure around it. All right. So just to be clear, you don't stop launching. You simply stop depending on launches to survive. So your new hybrid sales system is going to sell in between the launches so that you're not starting from scratch every single month or every time you open the doors to your main offer. And instead of launching out of urgency or brokenness, you are launching with purpose, intention, strategy, and exhale, space, right? And so I have my scalable offers, which creates a list, okay, of ready-made buyers so that when I launch my main offers, they're good to go. Because someone who purchased from you in the past or even once, love it, love you, there's a higher chance of them purchasing from you again, especially if you've been consistently nurturing them and showing up and dropping gems that have positively impacted their lives, like they're good to go. Now, in my business, I do still launch a few times a year. They're great profit surges that Evergreen sales don't even come close to, if we're going to be honest. But with a hybrid sales system in place, I'm not relying on the launches as my sole lifeline. I launch when I want to amplify results, bring in a profit surge, as I said before, or energize my list. I want a fresh group of new buyers that come through a specific path, program, or experience. Now, because I have the Evergreen system running behind the scenes, my launches feel completely different. They're not forced and stressful. They're more aligned, and that's the difference. And if you're sitting here wondering, okay, this sounds great, but what does that system actually look like? I got you. The next video, I'm going to be breaking down the actual structure behind my sales system and how the pieces fit together, what tech I use, what matters most if you want to sell every day without posting every day. I'll see you then.